you guys ready? What do you think of when you hear the word doctor? Do you think of this guy or this guy? Because I don't. I think of Doctor Who. I'm an avid Doctor Who fan and certified Whovian, so majority of my information in this speech comes from personal experience in watching the TV show, as well as various British Broadcasting Channel or BBC websites. In this speech, I'm going to tell you what Doctor Who is, who the Doctor is, some companions and enemies of the Doctor, as well as why it's relevant to us. What is Doctor Who? Doctor Who is a television show on the British Broadcasting Channel, which is also called BBC. It was started as a child's education program. It is currently the longest running sci-fi science fiction television show. It's been running for 50 years. It is about an alien named the Doctor, who is a Time Lord from the planet of Gallifrey. He travels around in a spaceship called the TARDIS, which is this blue box here. And he travels with many companions. And the reason that his spaceship is a blue box is because the chameleon circuit, which is supposed to blend the ship in with the surroundings, got stuck on a 1960s police box. There have been 790 episodes over 50 years, split between the classic Who seasons and the new Who seasons. There have been 26 classic seasons with 106 episodes lost, and 7 seasons of new Who. The classic series started in November 23rd, 1963 and ended 1989. And the new Who started in 2005 and is currently running today. There was also a 1996 movie which was supposed to reboot the series early, but the fan base wasn't big enough to reboot. There have been several spin-offs of the show, such as K9 and Friends, The Sarah Jane Adventures, and Torchwood, which is an anagram of Doctor Who. The name for Torchwood came when they were shipping videotapes. They would write Torchwood as an anagram to stop piracy of the films. There are currently 2 words in the Oxford English Dictionary that came from Doctor Who. First is the TARDIS, which stands for Time and Relative Dimensions in Space. That's this box. It's the spaceship that he travels in. And then the second word is a Whovian, which is a fan of the British television show Doctor Who. Now let's go to who is the Doctor. A look at the actors who played the Doctor over the past 50 years. The Doctor is an immortal Time Lord, but he can be mortally wounded into a system of regeneration that happens 13 times, and we're currently at 11. The first Doctor was played by William Hartnell in 1963 to 68. The second Doctor was Patrick Troughton in 1966 to 69. The third Doctor was John Pertwee, 1970 to 74. The fourth Doctor was Tom Baker from 1974 to 1981. The fifth Doctor was played by Peter Davidson in 1981 to 1984. The sixth Doctor was played by Colin Baker in 1984 to 1986. And then the seventh Doctor was played by Sylvester McCoy in 1987 and 1996. Paul McGann had one he was the 8th Doctor, and he had one episode, which was actually the 1996 movie, but he technically remained the Doctor until 2005, which started the New Who reboot, which started with the 9th Doctor being Christopher Eccleston in 2005. The 10th Doctor was played by David Tennant, one of the most widely known Doctors of the entire series, from 2005 to 2010. And then Matt Smith, who is technically the current Doctor, but will be leaving November this year. He's been the Doctor since 2010, after David Tennant's leaving. And then the 12th Doctor is currently casting right now. I've made a list of a few of the Doctor's companions, in order from left to right in each row. We have Rose Tyler, played by Billie Piper, Captain Jack Harkness, played by John Barrowman, Martha Jones, played by Freema Agyeman, Donna Noble, played by Catherine Tate, Sarah Jane Smith, and K9, played by Elizabeth Sladen, and K9 was voiced by John Leeson. Then there's Mickey Smith, played by Noel Clarke. 10-2, which is a clone of the 10th Doctor, was played by David Tennant. And then there's Amy and Rory Pond, played by Karen Gillan and Arthur Darvill. Then River Song or Melody Pond, played by Alex Kingston, and Clara Osmond Oswald, played by Jenna Louise Coleman. There have been claims that have been made about the fact that the majority of the Doctor's companions have been beautiful women. Jonathan Murr, author of the extensive Doctor Who guide from the 1963 to 89 series, said that these companions exploit sex without exploiting sex. Then we have a few of the enemies of the Doctor, which are generally aliens or other life forms, such as the Daleks, Cybermen, Weeping Angels, the Silence, Ice Warriors, and Slovene and Sontarans. Now let's get why I'm talking about this, what it has to do with us. Since it's based on a educational program, it has a lot of lessons to be learned. First, there's learning to deal with the good and the bad, and this was done in a quote in the episode Vincent and the Doctor, in which the Doctor helps Vincent Van Gogh in his mental state. And he said, "The way I see it, every life is a pile of good and bad things. The good things don't necessarily soften the bad things, but vice versa, the bad things don't necessarily spoil the good things or make them any less important." It also teaches lessons of tolerance, such as the Doctor meeting many different species without even wimps, as well as it gives a real life tolerance towards racial and religious bias. Then there's the lesson of history that happened should happen the way it happened. Now that's a mouthful, so I'll say it a little bit better. History shouldn't be changed, it's there for a reason. Another lesson is that there's more to the world than what we see on a daily basis. And then there's also the fact that you need to stand up for what you believe in. The show also has a lot of historical significance. It included a lot of popular people from the past, including Vincent Van Gogh, Richard Nixon, Queen Victoria, Agatha Christie, William Shakespeare, and even Adolf Hitler. And it is a theory of explaining the things such as disappearances, like Agatha Christie disappeared for a week without a trace. So it touches on subjects like that. It's a learning experience for anyone involved, and it also, a majority of the science of the show is based off of real theories, such as the sonic screwdriver, which is this handy little device here. It's based on the theory that sound can move anything, basically. So the way that the doctor uses it, the sound can reverberate into a lock and it'll unlock. I've told you what Doctor Who is, who the Doctor is, the companions and enemies of the Doctor, and the relevance to us. And I hope that now you know what I think of when I hear the word Doctor.